Hello everyone, it is Hugo Yote here. Today I just kind of want to talk about Thanksgiving and my life in general. And I know there's going to be a bunch of people in the comments, oh, just be grateful, bro, they're starving people somewhere. And it's like, yeah, I know that there are people doing worse than me, just by default, because if there's better, there's also worse. Action, reaction, yin and yang, that sort of shit. But honestly, fuck y'all people. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm free to vent and gripe about what I please. So yeah, where I live, the only family is just my brother and I. My two other blood relatives that were here, they both died to just like miserable and very unfortunate circumstances. On October 4th, 2021, my cousin, she was very much like a sister to me. She died at 37 years old due to alcohol abuse. It was officially due to liver cancer, but honestly, she would drink like a fucking 24-pack of Michelob Ultra plus box wine. Like, she would go through a 24-pack in 2 days, and it wouldn't even be counting the other stuff she was drinking. Like, she would justify it in her head, oh, I'm not drinking hard liquor. But, it doesn't make a difference, It still contains alcohol, and I can kind of say this for myself because I kind of have an addiction to soft drinks, like soda. And, yeah, it's not as bad as alcohol per se, but I know I'm going to be facing a lot of very fucked up health issues down the line if I continue drinking them the way I do. But yeah, she fucking died after 2-3 months of being diagnosed. I remember in mid-September, she sent us a text in our family group chat saying that, it's not looking good for me, guys, but I'm gonna fight my ass off to stay alive. Which, she fought as hard as she could, but wouldn't even been in that situation had she taken better care of herself. And a little over a year later, November 1st, 2022, my uncle gets admitted into the emergency room because he's having pneumonia. And y'all will not believe what happens, which pneumonia, it's not fun. It's still, important to, get medical attention and stuff if you have it. But it is very, very treatable and survivable. But somehow he just gets fucking sepsis and just dies overnight in the hospital. What the hell? And I genuinely think that the hospital played a hand in his death. I won't say they outright murdered him, but honestly, if y'all saw the reviews for that place, vast majority 1-star reviews. They're not a good hospital. If you're ever in the western North Carolina area, just avoid it altogether. My advice. But yeah, and hell, honestly, the whole thing was so devastating to me. I don't know, I somehow, got sick. I wouldn't eat or really drink anything. Hell, my body was just constantly shivering and shaking. People think grief is oh, boo-hoo, I'm sad. Nah, your body goes through, physical fucking reactions to that shit. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, even those that really, really piss me off. I wouldn't fucking wish that on, my worst enemy. But God, I ended up losing a fuck ton of weight. Hell, 2021, I was 190 pounds. I was 194 at my most. Now I fluctuate between 145 to 160. Rough estimate. But, I haven't been, over 160 pounds since that time. And after our uncle dies, honestly, we kind of thought that, because he kind of told us a bunch of stuff that ended up not being true, oh, when I die, everything that's mine is gonna be y'all's, it'll be okay. Which, I guess now, you know, since we're still alive and kicking, technically we're okay. I mean, I'm not thriving or particularly well per se. I'd love for life to be a hell of a lot better than it is now. But anyway, we ended up, the place ended up getting foreclosed, and we were like literally on the ass crack of homelessness, but we were able to move into this RV our cousin had. It's a Class C. It has some perks, like you can drive it, but honestly, that thing's fucking cramped, and it's nasty as fuck in there. I love my brother, but he has horrible hygiene issues and struggles to take care of himself. It takes him like fucking, at least like 2 to 3 days to take a shower, and he like never does his laundry. Yeah, I mean, I love him, but he's kind of a nightmare to live with sometimes, but yeah, so now we're living in the camper, and I don't know, honestly, I'm kind of like just reaching my end with this life as a whole. A lot of people, they'll go on YouTube and make videos about how living in a camper is so cool, and oh, you're living someone else's dream. It's an adventure. But the thing is, these people, they make like fucking $200,000-$300,000 a year. You know, so they can afford to get the biggest, grandest RVs and park them at the fucking nicest, most pimped out places. If you're just some fucking broke schmuck like me, good fucking luck. This shit's gonna fucking suck for you. But yeah, Thanksgiving, it was yesterday. Today is Black Friday. Fucking, I'm not gonna flip through my watch to find the date. I can just look at it as I upload the video. But yeah, it is the day after Thanksgiving 2025. Honestly, it kind of sucked. First off, we don't really have any like friends or family here, and there's a few people I consider to be very close family, but honestly, they kind of just ended up hurting me in the end, so I don't really want much to do with them right now. But it's just me and my brother here, and you know, like Thanksgiving, like the food and stuff. I love the stuffing, turkey, the dark meat's all right. I'll still eat the breasts and the other white meat, but I don't know, I kind of like dark meat more as it has more flavor. But yeah, we ended up having ziti pasta with meatballs and a 5-cheese sauce, which honestly is really good, but it's just kind of like, in my head, I'm just thinking like, damn, you know, I kind of wish my family, or, you know, the majority of them was alive. It'd be a more interesting time. I know some of y'all probably wish y'all were in my shoes, because y'all have like toxic ass, like QAnon, MAGA, whatever, just branch of annoying politics that they fall under, just a bunch of relatives that are like that. But honestly, after losing an insane amount of my loved ones, I'd rather just brush aside the differences and just, you know, be able to tell them I, you know, love them again and all that stuff, you know. Tell them about how things are going. I guess Ouija boards are a thing, but be realistic, that's just gonna invoke a demonic presence. But yeah, I've mainly been coping with my my pain, quote unquote, through weed. And it's helped me a lot so far, but it's kind of getting to a point where I'm feeling more than the weed can help. And I know logically my mind's going to want to turn to harder drugs, because that happens with everyone, you know. When one thing stops helping, you just turn to a harder thing. But I can't do that, you know. My mom's a fucking fentanyl and meth addict. You know, drugs have just fucking killed and just destroyed my fucking family, you know. I had an older half-brother in 2007 that died at the age of 21. And it wasn't even an overdose either. It was due to the toxins, because apparently when you take certain opiates like Oxycontins and that shit, apparently it causes a toxin to build up in your body. And he ended up taking so much that he just had this toxin in his stuff that just killed him. That was according to my grandmother and the other relatives that, you know, had memory, and, you know, were like, I was like fucking 6, 7 years old. I barely know shit. all I remember is just getting home from school and just asking, hey, where's Dane at? And, eventually my mom's just like, oh, he's not coming back. And I was like, what do you mean he's not coming back? I saw him this morning. But, then she had to tell me that he died, and I just remember just laying on my back on the couch, just, like, crying and kicking my feet in the air and, like, screaming and shit, And just fucking 2 years later, my dad dies, 2009, sometime in September of '09. But what's funny, too, is, honestly, I really don't feel that much for my dad because he's a fucking degenerate. My mom was 17 and he was 36 when they met. I am basically a fucking rape baby, if y'all want to think about it. I am the product of grooming. And my dad, he was driving my fucking older half brother. They were going down to Houston and fucking going on these like fucking just these like strip mall doctors and just getting prescriptions from them. They just go back and just have a fuck ton of pills and shit. So yeah, my father, he's partially responsible for the death of my older brother and our family just getting utterly fucked up. Which, by the way, a lot of them would still blame it on my mom, even though she was literally a fucking teenager during that shit. And, like, they would be, like, having, and I remember hearing this, like, my mom told me, but, she's a fentanyl and meth addict, so at first I didn't fully trust her. But, just hearing just it from other relatives, like, how my dad and uncles, they'd be having these fucking crazy wild-ass parties in, like, Pensacola and Jacksonville, Florida, and they'd be having pills and fucking drinking. There'd just be fucking teenagers there and all that shit with these fucking old-ass men. Mid-30s, not old, like elderly old, but too fucking old to hang out with minors. You already know what I was trying to say, but yeah, and my cousin that died, she had epilepsy. And God, they were doing fucking whippets in the garage. My mom was telling me all about this. They were doing whippets, like having like a party in the garage. And my cousin, she has a fucking seizure and just starts convulsing and like just like frothing at the mouth. And she's just on the ground. And eventually she gets up, takes another whippet, and they all cheer for her. What the actual fuck? Like, holy shit. So yeah, that is the stock I come from. It's like, on one hand, I fucking miss, being able to like hang out with like my family and stuff on Thanksgiving and holidays and shit. But on the other hand, a lot of them, they're just not really good and kind of toxic people that just kind of shat things up and just kind of fucked like everything up. Like, I don't know, I kind of just think, like, I remember when our mom and dad divorced, our granny forced them to get married, apparently so we wouldn't culturally be considered bastards or something. I don't know, this was Northeast Texas, very, very backwards, and just nothing wrong with religion per se, but they're religious in the backwards sense, like, I don't fully know how to put it, but yeah, them people are like insular and huff their own farts. And I was brought up as a Baptist, and just kind of just seeing the memes and stuff like other denominations make about Baptists, it makes a whole lot of sense, even though they all read the same fucking book and believe in the same God and same principles and stuff. Oh, the Methodists are going to hell cause they drink wine on their thing. I don't even know what the fuck Methodists do. I asked my granny one time, she don't fucking know. That they all read the same fucking book, the King James or the new whatever the fuck, the Protestant Bible. But yeah, they had to get married so we wouldn't culturally be considered bastards. But yeah, they ended up breaking up, and I just remember how, like, impoverished we were at the time. I was a little tiny-ass kid, and I fucking hated life. Like, we went from having bunk beds to having to share a fucking bed in this apartment bedroom that had, like, fucking mice in it, and our mom was just fucked up on pills all day, and so we were just neglected, and, you know, we were, like, fucking starving, and when she wasn't fucked up on pills in the bed, she worked at Subway, so we'd maybe have a $5 footlong for dinner. God, those are rough fucking times. And I want to say I'm glad those times are over, but it feels like I'm kind of just back in them again. But instead of having a dysfunctional drug addict to look up to, I have to look up to myself. And people say, "Oh, Hugo, you're so smart. You're smart, Hugo. You're wise." And nah, man, maybe I can read a book that has Native American lore and archaeology in it and understand what the book says. And I know how to use a computer, but man, I don't know fucking shit about life, really. Like, honestly, I still feel as, like, vulnerable and, like, you know, like, open. I don't know if open's the right word to use with vulnerable, but I just feel that, like, still, like, since, like, I felt that the day our uncle died, you know, because I'm supposed to be the new leader and all this shit, but I'm just fucking winging it. I'm just some fucking autistic, 86 IQ, socially fucking retarded. Like, I'm just winging all this shit. But yeah, that's my Thanksgiving tangent, aka my trauma dump therapy session. My hand is getting very fucking cold as I hold this phone, so I'm about to end the video. Y'all have a great time. It's too late for Thanksgiving, and this is definitely going to be uploaded after Black Friday, so y'all just have a damn good day. I'm yip yapping the fuck on.